now chances are most likely we are about to enter another recession. Come autumn or winter, it's gonna get ugly out there. The macroeconomic factors look so bad. Inflation is up, GDP is down, supply chain issues worldwide, geopolitical issues, and then a looming energy crisis with missing gas and oil. So honestly, it looks pretty bleak out there. And I think it's only gonna get worse, and I think we're gonna start seeing major layoffs happening very soon. Now guys, I don't wanna draw a doomsday scenario out there, but that's the reality. At the same time, I think that's a great opportunity to build your own business, because the earlier you start, the more ready you are in case something bad happens or you might end up losing your job. You're gonna be in a good spot and have your own business ready to capitalize once the market rebounds, which inevitably it will sooner or later, right? So it's a great time to start building, putting in the work now, so that when things recover, you're gonna be at the right spot. Or in case you will lose your job, you have a fallback option, something that will still provide you with income during these tough times. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kai. In this channel, we talk about saving money, investing money, but of course, in order to do both of these things, you need to make money. And that's why today I want to talk about how you can create and start your own business. Now let's go back to 2008, 2009. You saw massive layoffs happening, even investing in banking where people thought they have full job security, but guess what? 100% job security never exists anywhere. Or even closer, at the start of 2020, so many people lost their job in these difficult times. That was really a tragedy to see. However, some other people at the same time actually generated some of the highest incomes and profits in years, because they were able to capitalize on this opportunity. They could read where the market is heading, and they could offer solutions to those problems that arise. Especially people with e-commerce businesses had some of the highest sales ever, because everybody was stuck at home and ordering online. So if you already had set up a good e-shop, you could easily make sales like this. You could pivot your products, of course. You could add face masks, for example, and start selling those. But if you only were to start your shop while the whole situation started, it will probably take you some time and you will be losing some of that momentum. So it pays off to be early and to be ready to capitalize on such opportunities. And that's why I'm a huge advocate. Even if you work a full-time job, like I do myself, we all have mornings, we all have evenings, we all have weekends, right? Use that spare time to your advantage and start building a second income stream, a side hustle. It can be small money. From a YouTube ads alone, I'm making around 200 euros a month, which, don't get me wrong, is not bad. It's a nice addition, but it will certainly not pay for my living expenses. But if I keep working at it over time, hopefully I can scale it further and get more income from it, so that if one day I either choose to leave or I'm being made redundant, I have something to fall back onto. Otherwise, I'm just going to be standing there with empty pockets and don't know what to do. Now, I'll soon make another video on how to find your passion and what business you should be chasing after, because I'm going through the same struggle myself at the moment. There's so many things I love to be doing and want to spend my time on, but obviously time is limited, right? So you have to really find your niche, your passion, and then pursue it. So there's a lot of things how you can get to that. And I've recently done a community post where I ask you if you want to start a business. And a lot of you said they actually want to start a business, but you struggle to know what exactly. And I totally feel you. I'm going through that myself. And that's why I want to share the process and journey with you. Now, one of the main questions you're going to have to ask yourself, do you want an offline business or an online business? Both have their advantages and disadvantages. Now, offline, that seems like the old school way where you open a coffee shop or restaurant, people come to you and you have an offline transaction. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. It can be sometimes easier to get started if you're really in such a field where you are already a barista or you're a chef or you have certain skills that lend itself towards having an offline store. That's amazing. Then go for it. And it's nice having something physical where you can go, where you can see it, interact with the customers. I mean, it really is very meaningful and fulfilling for many. On the other hand, of course, it can be very time consuming and costly. You often need quite a bit of capital. Even if you rent a store, often the landlord want to have 3 months in advance payment. There's going to be quite a high rent depending on the location where you rent it. And plus, you're probably gonna, if it's a coffee shop or restaurant, have to buy some equipment, right? To bring it up to the level that you want to have it, you're gonna have to renovate, you're gonna have to decorate. So there's quite a bit of upfront capital investment, which you may or may not get back from your investment. So that's a bit of a risk factor, and it requires capital and time to get things ready. You can't just open a restaurant like this. You need to hire the people, you need to have the menu, you need to have the chefs, the training, the advertising. So there's a lot of things that go into it. At the same time, you can make great money from it. I mean, I know a lot of people who have quite a few coffee shops or restaurants around and they're making extremely good money. Definitely, I can see the benefit and appeal of it. At the same time though, if you want to work from anywhere, that's going to be a little bit difficult, because ideally you need to be around. Yes, you can hire people to manage it, but especially in those kind of businesses, you need to be there once in a while to spot check, etc. Versus an online business, you can much easier travel around and pretty much work from anywhere depending on what business you choose. Also, let's not forget in 2020 what happened. A lot of the restaurants and physical spaces had to shut down, and who knows, it's not going to come back. People already start talking, touch wood, it's not gonna happen, but it might happen again that we have another lockdown around the world and we don't wanna get there. But if it does, then obviously those people are very much at a disadvantage. Now, on the other hand, we have online businesses, and that can be such a huge range of businesses. Pretty much anything these days really. It can be service-based, it can be product-based online, basically where you transact online without having a physical presence. Even though these days more and more you have a blend of offline and online, because even the coffee shop can sell the coffee on a subscription basis online. So I'm not saying they can't work together, but essentially it's either or, and then you obviously have some kind of hybrid in between. But if we talk about purely online, I think the benefit here is the ease of start. I mean, it's so easy these days to set up a website, get your own e-store. Within a matter of hours, you have an e-store up and running. You can dropship from anywhere around the world to clients around the world. It's very easy to get started, very simple in many ways. There's so many resources out there on YouTube, on books and what have you, podcasts, etc. So it's very easy to understand how you're going to build your own online presence or build your own membership or course site. Plus, it's easy to scale. You can put more ads or marketing and reach a bigger audience. With the local store, you very much have this captive market of the local people that basically live around, any tourists that come to you. So of course, there are a lot of businesses you can build online. One of the easier ones, if you're not camera shy, is put yourself out there and build your own personal brand. The same what I'm doing here with my YouTube. Basically, you put yourself out there and become an expert in your niche or industry. So when people need an expert or an opinion on a particular subject, they come to you. They follow your recommendation, they follow your advice, and you become the go-to person. And that can be across any social media, really. You can be TikTok famous, Instagram famous, YouTube famous, or all across, right? It really doesn't matter. There's so many great channels out there, or you can even set up your own podcast. So there's so many ways to become a known person that people follow and choose to listen to. And once you are established, you can easily monetize it. You could, for example, start setting up your own online course that people can buy and learn from you. You can start affiliate marketing where you put links under your videos, people click on it, buy the products or services, and you're gonna get a kickback from it. Brands will start approaching you for sponsorships, which can bring great revenue for you as well. Or you can start your own membership site, or you can start one-on-one coaching or mentoring calls, which, by the way, I started myself. And if you are interested in having a chat with me, then use the link in the description below and you can book a call with me. But of course, there are many other ways as well. You can easily build your own online store. And I used Shopify in the past. I had like 3 Shopify stores, which made me a little bit of money. They were not hugely successful, but I didn't spend too much time on them. But it was fairly easy to bring them up to speed, make a sale, and get a bit of money out of it. Now, it was drop shipping from China, so it was a little bit difficult with getting the stuff in time. But right now, I'm actually thinking of doing a new Shopify store. I'm not quite 100% sure yet what I'm going to be selling, but I have an idea, and it might be related to finance, investing and money. So I will let you know very soon about that, and probably will take you on the journey towards building the store and kind of sharing my experience along the way. So hopefully you can learn and get inspired from it. Another way is to build your own agency. And that doesn't even mean that you need to be an expert in a particular field. You can just set up an agency, get the expert in, hire them, pay them as freelancers on a project basis or hourly basis. You can agree what you want to do, and then start marketing to people, businesses that could need such a support from your agency. Myself and my job, we are working with other marketing agencies out there, and I'm always surprised and baffled by how much they're charging us, and we're actually paying for it. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, one day I should do my own agency, because it's really not rocket science. And often the expert, the CEO, is not the smartest guy in the room for sure, but he hires good people, makes a fortune by charging the client quite a premium, and then, pockets the difference. So that's really interesting. And there's so many different ways. You can do a wedding photography agency. You can have a real estate photography agency. You can have a website building agency where you basically write to weird, bad looking businesses with their websites, approach them, say, listen, for that and that amount, I will turn your website into something pretty, mobile friendly, etc. And then just hire an expert from Fiverr who has the expertise, does it, and you charge a margin on top where you make a difference. So really an easy way to make money. Another great thing is to do an advertising agency. For example, for TikTok or LinkedIn ads or even Google ads. So many people have no idea how to run TikTok ads. So if you become the go-to person in your circle of influence, people are gonna come to you and they're gonna spend good money because they just don't know how to do it. So you see guys, for me, definitely online is the preferred option to start a business. Even though one day in the future, I may have an offline business and might have my own coffee shop or restaurant, which was always a dream of mine. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not abandoning this idea, but I think with the coming recession, online businesses will be in a much stronger position, especially when they're digital-based products, because physical products with the supply chain issues we're facing and it's potentially gonna get even worse, they're gonna struggle quite a bit getting the products to the end user in time. So I think it's going to be a challenge. So if you can set up something online, provide a service, or sell digital goods, this recession might actually boost potentially your business. Of course, things might get extremely bad that so many people start losing their job, then they're not going to be in a position to spend on a fancy membership site or a $500 course. I understand that. But as I said, there will be times after the recession, there will be a rebounding of business. There will be a booming economy again. How long it takes, I don't know, but it will happen like it always does in life. And when it does, you want to be there in the position to capitalize on that momentum. So now is the perfect time to get started because with 5 P's. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Wow, finally something I learned in university that I can actually apply in the real life. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. And you might have noticed I added the YouTube channel membership, which if you want, it's really optional. You can join. There will be extra perks for you. So if you want to join, really appreciate it. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.